Okay, this is the old Thunderbird, 65 Thunderbird 390. Did a video when I first got it. Now I'm working on the engine to get it unseized. I've taken the carburetor off, and I did a little video on the carburetor, some do's and don'ts kind of thing on freeing up the throttle plates, but now I'm working on the engine. So I removed the plugs, put something in the carburetor hole, so you don't want to drop something down there and have to pull the center head off to get it out, so do that. I put 2 days ago I put some diesel fuel with this transmission funnel, which works really well for this car. Fits in the holes quick, easy, and you can get all the cylinders, no trouble at all. So I put some diesel fuel in. I removed the fan shroud to get at the crank nut, the balancer nut, the easy air bolt. And it's been 2 days now sitting with some diesel in the cylinders and some down the intake. This cylinder here, the front cylinder on the driver's side, number 5 cylinder. You can see right there, and you know these engines, that's what it is. Number 5 and number 6, I believe, are the culprits that are holding it. If I can find that spark plug. So when I took the spark plugs, which actually came out fairly easy. Yeah. Get out in the sun here, you'll see, if you can see it or not, there was a little rust on these two plugs from these two cylinders. The other ones were fine, but the 5 and 6 cylinder had rust on the plug. So in my mind, that's a good place to start. However, I put diesel in all of the cylinders. I believe this to be an original engine for this car. It's got the gold valve covers. No, the cylinder heads are marked as C1AEA, and if you go through the charts, yeah, it definitely could fit in that criteria as the 202 valves with the 72 cc compression chambers. Without taking it all apart, right at this point, I'm just going by the numbers on the heads. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a little pull on the crankshaft for the first time, and if it doesn't move, we're not going to go any further, because you don't want to force this project. Take your time on it. If it takes 2 weeks or a day or whatever it takes, you don't want to push on it hard, because you really don't want to bend the valves. You don't want to break something internal in the engine, the rings and all that stuff. As a matter of, as it is, they're probably taking a beating just by being seized. So let's give it a whirl. See if I can hold this. You can see that I'm actually doing it. I'll just put a glove on here. So I've got the wrench on now because I just wanted to have it ready, because nobody really wants me fiddling around. So I'm going to try to move the fan out of the way a little bit here, there, a little bit. So I'm not going to go far, and I'm not going to go hard. So if it doesn't move, that's it. I'm not doing any more until try it tomorrow. No. I'm pushing on it, she's not budging. So okay, we leave it. They leave it for another day. Alright, we'll get back to you. And there she is. I'll just do a little quick pull back from the car. Been doing some work around her, and that's her. Back at the Thunderbird, the 65 Thunderbird 390 with the seized engine. So I've been working on, I want to get the engine running before I do any more work to the car. No point in doing all the work if the engine doesn't work. So anyway, on April 4th, I did the trial turnover. It was still stuck. It's April 9th now, and it's freed up. I've got it to turn over. Yeah, I was using diesel fuel in the cylinders. I took the valve covers off and backed off the bolts on the rocker arms. You don't want to bend anything there, because these valves do stick as well. I was able to tap on them with a wooden stick and a hammer, and they all were free, fortunately. Otherwise, that's a different ball of wax. But anyway, she's turning over now, several days later, and it does take quite a while with diesel fuel. There's other people that use deep creep, penetrating oil, like that seafoam. Yes, seafoam. I do have a little bit of it. I had lots of diesel, so that's why I did it, and I have lots of time. If you're in a hurry, yeah, go with the deep creep. It'll probably work quicker. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll keep you posted on how it goes. Okay, the old Thunderbird's wound up. She's running. Not running real smooth, but it's pretty decent. Side and idle. Needs some adjustments. Needs some carb work. Still probably need a kit put in it. But yeah, she got her up and running. She no smoke. Yeah, so that's just a little update on the engine. Engine and carb freed up and running. Needs some work, but still running.